Hello all, this is a video on 1979 Chevy Camaro, Berlinetta model to be specific. It's got a 350 V8 engine, and I took it upon myself to find an intake manifold with a spread bore that would accept the Quadrajet. And this Quadrajet is for a 1979 Camaro. I don't know if I can find the numbers in there, but oh, lovely. There we go. Ooh, a little hot. There it is. There's a number. If anyone's curious, had to bore it out through there so that way I could adjust any idle mechanisms. You definitely want to go through any old Quadrajet and tune it up as best you can. There's a few YouTubers out there who show you how to do that, but what I'm going to show you is where it all connects in relation to the vacuum lines to the charcoal canister. Because usually for me, I had to go through several other videos of variations from different years and models. But anyway, let's start off. So this line right here, it's going to be one of the bigger vacuum lines. This one goes down and to the side here, and that juts off to the fuel tank. I haven't ever messed with that. It's always been connected, so I leave it as is. There's this line right here on the top, and then line on the bottom. And what these go to is to this T. And from the T, it connects through here to another T. But it tees into the vacuum line of the PCV right there, which then connects underneath that spot right there for the manifold vacuum. So that way it's always sucking and keeping that within the system. Then next, the line on bottom of the left here, it's another big hose. And that connects right up to the top right here. So this is your ventilation for any gas that's sitting in the carburetor. So if it's parked in the garage, you don't have to worry about fumes being jetted out into the garage and making it unsafe, because those fumes are punched back into the charcoal canister, so that way it's all taken care of. And then there is another hose connection. Let me see where this lines into. So on the top, on the right side of this charcoal canister, I currently have it unplugged. So what this is, it goes into another series of items. So on the original, if you were to look at documentation, there's two little devices that are temperature sensitive for the vacuum switches. They're like that's the best way. They're just targeted through vacuum and temperature. So they would have a line through there and another line going through. I might have that included in this video. Otherwise, if you are looking through diagrams, I believe that one is the more straightforward one to know what is being connected, because it would go from here and then another line going to the power actuator. And that's just something for the emissions and getting the engine to temperature, so it blocks off. Ooh, let's walk over there. It blocks off the exhaust, so that way this little device down here, so this is where you would get your hot air. It's not really connected to anything except just the side of the exhaust. There would be a little hose that would connect into the original snorkel device, and then this power actuator would work in tandem with that device. But right now it's okay to leave alone. Don't hook up any vacuum to it, or else it will trigger down here. See right there, there have been other folks on the internet where they do say that they weld that shut or weld it open, so that way this line is, giving the correct airflow. Right now I do have it open. It hasn't been loose on me except when I try taking it off. Don't take it off unless if you're going to weld it. That's my recommendation on that one. Otherwise, yeah, it's still same exhaust setup on here. It is a headache. It will take more than a day. Don't think you can just do it all at once. I tried. Unless if you got everything set up, don't mess with it. I beg you. Don't go through grief like I did. Then this little device here, this one, in terms of a vacuum line, this goes down. This one goes down to the transmission, way down there, and at the base of the transmission, if you do have a, let's see, crawl under. If you do have a original catalytic converter, one of those little fire hazards, don't park it under dry grass. Way under there, you're going to have to reach your hand and connect a very similar fitting to metal, just like this, down there. And it's going to feel and maybe look a little something like that on the transmission. And that is crucial in order to shift. I had just nudged it right off, and this vehicle was not shifting. So something crucial, if you just change your intake manifold, nothing's shifting, but everything's all hooked up in the back with the universal adapter, and it shifted fine before, it's most likely that line. Then let's see, this one right here, this just goes into the secondary choke housing. It's probably not the right term for it, but don't worry about that. That as long as that's connected, you're good to go. This can be capped. I think this is a manifold vacuum, so go ahead and cap off that one. This hose right under here, right next to the intake manifold, that bigger one, there it is. This one right here is your ported vacuum. Ported vacuum will go to your distributor if that's something that you want in regards to retarding the timing at certain points while driving. And then right here is a manifold vacuum, which I have going to the inside of the cab where there is a vacuum gauge, so that way I know where my current vacuum is, and if there's any problems that I couldn't necessarily hear from the engine. You can definitely see and hear how your car's running, but it makes it even clearer when you have a vacuum gauge inside. The more details, the more information, the better. But otherwise, this is kind of the beautiful mess of the 350 right here with all the vacuum lines. I hope that helps anyone looking through. And yeah, if you happen to have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to try to help you out or learn together with you. Anyhow, best of luck all. Take care.